In early March 2026, Iran's forces effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, choking off 27% of the world's seaborne oil and 20% of its LNG. While headlines focus on Brent crude spiking over $100 a barrel and cargo ships rerouting around Africa, a much quieter, high-tech crisis is brewing. Millions of cubic meters of helium are now trapped in the Gulf. Qatar is the world's second-largest helium producer, supplying nearly a third of the global market as a byproduct of its LNG. Following Iranian drone strikes on the Ras Laffan complex, up to 38% of global helium output was halted overnight. The ships that are moving must now take the long route around the Cape of Good Hope. Because liquid helium boils off and evaporates after about 45 days in transit, much of the remaining supply is literally vanishing before it reaches buyers. The semiconductor industry is uniquely vulnerable. High-purity helium is irreplaceable for cooling and purging in advanced chip fabs. South Korean giants like Samsung and SK Hynix sourced roughly 65% of their helium from Qatar last year. With spot prices already doubling and only about 6 months of inventory on hand, a prolonged blockade threatens to severely bottleneck global AI chip and smartphone production. The healthcare sector is also bracing for impact. MRI scanners alone account for 17% of US helium consumption, requiring liquid helium to keep their superconducting magnets cooled to near absolute zero. While medical suppliers like Siemens and GE will prioritize existing hospital machines, a sustained shortage means canceling new installations, spiking maintenance costs, and eventually offline scanners. In the aerospace and defense sectors, there is virtually no spare production or storage to fall back on. Space agencies and contractors like SpaceX, NASA, Airbus, and Boeing rely on super-cold, inert helium to safely pressurize cryogenic rocket fuel tanks and purge propulsion systems. Without Qatari supply, satellite launches, commercial aircraft manufacturing, and even missile testing could face immediate delays. The world is currently losing an estimated 5.2 million cubic meters of helium per month to this disruption, with a 45-day boil-off clock on existing shipments and the US having completely sold off its strategic helium reserve in 2024, the buffer is almost gone. This is the IRGC's ultimate asymmetric threat, crippling the West's microchips, missiles, and medical infrastructure without firing a single shot directly at them.